This is Calvary Bible Chapel, whatever you call it. Here's the situation. The Bible's not for real. You're stuck in 1611 because the earth is not 6,000 years of age. You can't turn it off at that. The earth's not 6,000 years of age. The mountain of a mountain where we know it's 500,000 years old is for real now. And the billions of years old Grand Canyon I flew over when I learned about the Alps, when I stepped on them, and they were 770, and they're still for real now. They were for real back then. 4,000 BC just didn't fit with 6,000. Let's just went like that for that. For the 65,000 year presence of the Australian people over there in America. Good job. The 125,000 year presence. Oh my. Well, you have Feldhofer one. He's a get you out of hell with 40,000 year fossil. And you couldn't make sense out of him because he's flipping you off from the Matterhorn being billions of years old right now. And that's because he was 9,200 year old and walking there and you didn't give a shit. And now you're $28 trillion in debt and you haven't been looking at jack shit, anything 6,000s. You're done. With one fossil, it's over. It's not tap tap. I think the mountain is old. Tap tap. I think that's an old fossil. It's not that. The mountain's old. It's a real fossil. Tap, tap. Oh, you're in hell. Mountain's old. God and Moses spoke face to face as friends. You follow the legend after that for the verse of the Bible you don't like. Easy to remember, easy to keep record. Because it happened to be Deuteronomy 34:10 that God need to let you know you're in hell over. Too dumb to even have a Bible now and use it. Take proper care of it. 6,000 year idiots. The earth is not 6,000 years. We have earth history. You're stuck in Middle Ages and God's flipping you off for the Matterhorn saying, why do you're on my old Jokeraki idiots? Billions of years, you've got a hard time with that. You need mental treatment is actually what you need. Here, look at this, says God from the Zohar. Oh my God, what happened to me right there? Well, God masturbated on you and got you actually. You came over on a flat earth legend that I have to explain it like that and explain to you shouldn't have been born on flying airplanes with that billions of years old Grand Canyon delivering shit that the Australian people in the Aboriginal continent don't need or don't care to have from you idiots, stupid $28 trillion or 6,000 year earth too dumb to take care of your own fucking idiotic, incompetent country on this internet. Too dumb. You've been left in this stupid state of hallucinative relation. You can't see your own nose on your own fucking idiot face. You're so dumb. Evolution did that to you. You stayed at the exact same stupid. Kind of disappointed. Nothing there. There's nothing in this but a legend. You shouldn't have been born without knowing the age of the Alps when you shouldn't have been born. And nothing in it. But that, and it's in Russian, so I like that. I distributed this one in the former USSR in 1992. The others, now you're seeing all stupid. They're all bald apocalyptics. You can make up anything out of Russian if you want, like that. And the Alps were 770 when you shouldn't have been born, and the Grand Canyon was billions of years when I flew over. You stupid incompetent retard like that. And you can do whatever you want with your stupidity. I can't even write you a book because it is such a $28 trillion mistake that you were even born. There's nothing in your Bible but a legend of a false Messiah. I can't even type a letter. I can't. GodQuestions.org. The Alps are for real now. Oh, we'll just spin there. God, I don't care. Christian, that's your Pope. Pope you broke. Christians don't know how to read words, don't know how to take a correction, don't think they're being harassed and harmed when told that they shouldn't have been born because the Alps were there. Things like that. You're idiots. Really. Worthless retards. There's nothing in your book but how stupid you are. Nothing but a legend of Jesus that you shouldn't have been born. You're a worthless piece of shit, you fucking idiot, whoever you are. Go tell GodQuestions.org they shouldn't have been born, you too. Go do it right now. Idiot! Idiot and fucking stupid incompetence like you fucking idiots voting, you fucking incompetent retard! You're like, oh, I didn't know the Alps were old when I shouldn't have been born, you fucking idiot! That's you fucking retard. Go tell your stupid you on the internet, your pastor included. Okay, so here's how this worked. Jesus, legend, English, he's a good guy. Doesn't like you, fuck you. That's how that worked. And he's neither Ben Yosef nor Ben David. I happen to be fuck you. Ben David, cut your balls off. You're so fucking ballsy and all retardation of the brain cells you don't have. Having been formed from the fuck you over 136 million year white cliffs of Dover, you stupid incompetent retard, mating with the great ape Alp retards. Alps now, you fucking furry idiot, ballsy all retarded 6,000 years, stupid incompetent retard. I'm Ben David. Good to meet you. Oh, Jesus doesn't like you that much. Just pat you on your bald, great ape, fucking retard. Just cut your balls off. You're so stupid. To incompetent fucking idiots in hell. Go to Moses Book face to face. I don't want to learn how to read either. Fucking idiot. You don't have a brain. You're made from the White Cliffs of Dover. They're 136 million years. You mated with an elf from the Alps. New Testament, Apocryphatic, English stuck. The Alps were billions of years when you shouldn't have been born, as with the Grand Canyon. The White Cliffs of Dover were 136 million years old you shouldn't have been born with. And not lying about that, because the Grand Canyon you were made out of and made it on accident. So it came over on a flat earth legend of out in Finland, really. And the Amplify, you can see that happening, right? And that was a little back again. So the Lockman Foundation, fuck You idiot, bald, seen all 6,000 retard foundation. That's what this is. Lockman, oh my fucking god. Look at this. You're all bald, seen all retardations. You're $28 trillion in debt right now. And you 1958 still, 1957 still, 1959 still, 1958 because you were born on accident later, and the responsible for didn't take care of it. So when you got around to here where it had a letter and word in it, you got it all wrong and you shouldn't have been born. To a girl never having been married and a virgin and engaged to be married to a man whose name is Joseph, a descendant, pretty important, of the house of David, not here. How many times is Jehovah with the name? Huh? You think you got anything but a medieval apocryphatic? I got to lift out 1891's Finnish language, finish you off with from medieval bills, and 1992's to compare it with every fragment. Oh, it was once upon a time in the Russian language. You don't have a brain. And it's more like that. And he came to her and said, "Hey, hello, favored one, endued with grace, having been formed from the 136 million year white Silver and breeding with something that mated with the elves from the Alps that are 770 and a furry that got out in the process from an amusing blob that became you and became bald from the billions of years Grand Canyon happened there." So, but when he saw the man, she was greatly troubled, and nobody happened to you, and you were born on accident. Use that. And the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found grace." So you don't need to do anything like that. The letter R is right there, so I better not have been born. And free. And yeah, we know you can make up anything out of this thing. Also, you can even say the Alps aren't for real anytime you want, and just sit there and pretend like they aren't while you enjoy that they are. Yeah, that's what happened in Australia. Apparently, remember that as they watch TV. So, I'll leave that you're not. So I just keep going because you're too dumb to accept reality that the elves are 770 now. And if you're too dumb to accept reality, best to pray to my dog Christ, the Messiah. Tell us I am. He said to them, Jesus was a false apocryphatic before that. If I tell you he was you, not you, and you'll never become him, and don't even try. And he was an albino, and you shouldn't even try. And if you do that, it'll probably cause some weird warts. Warts from Finland. You'll have to have them surgically removed when they get off your third eye and the unicorn. The unicorn's in the other one, you know. And so you're my friends. If you keep doing these things, I command you to go find the unicorn in the Bible and tell the cult that the elves are for real now. Okay, just get them. Go shoo, shoo, shoo. We're done with medieval bills. We don't need you anymore. Idiot. We need the Alps to be for real right now. And he said this, so Jesus went away at legend that the Alps became real at 770 because you have a brain, and I'm not wasting all of my life waiting for you to die, telling you about Feldhofer one. He's 40,000 years old now. You shouldn't have been born. And when they got on the land, with 7/28/1996, did they keep track of? It's down, dude. No. Thank you for making up the age of the mountain. You're bald. You're senile. You're 73. Here's your retirement. Snip, and everything along the way. And for the mass of the people kept following them, shouting, "Away with them! Away with them!" And then you followed an apocryphatic legend into stuck. This is right then, you morons. This is not 6,000 years later. Figure it out. This is right now. Then idiot Bills, idiot incompetent Bills reading a story you can't keep track of. Watch. The Alps were 770 when you shouldn't have been born. The Grand Canyon was also billions of years when you forgot about that. The police reported this message to the magistrates. So, having reported that the Australian Aboriginal forgot that you shouldn't have been born, also, the frightened when they heard that the prisoners were Roman citizens. So, you followed a Latin area where you shouldn't have, over up to Norway, where it's in Finland again. And so they came themselves grieving something to appease. So when it got into you're permitted in 1949 to go and take from 1929 through to the fucking today, and you can't find it, you're gonna go ballsy how stupid left to know on that one. And so the eagerly pursue and seek to acquire that God and Moses spoke face to face. We probably shouldn't have done it more. And it's pretty boring after that. I give you a new commandment. God and Moses spoke at face 2 times, and he flipped you off every time you stubbed your toe. It works kind of like this. Did you stub your toe yesterday? Anytime in your life, were you born on accident or were you born on purpose? Oh, shit. What did that word say? And then you're done. Because nobody in the world knows what the King James actually contained, because it went out into flat earth, not there. Then no one in the world right now actually has a consciousness of what was actually in a legitimate King James. Definitely not the Schofield. Well, even with you, it is. What the Schofield going to do with that? Yeah, I'm going to keep teaching the red letter portion of it. Give that up. Fucking idiots, you balls, stupid, you fucking Lockman idiots. Yeah, there's not 6,000 years you got stuck, and you keep going on, you can't turn off. I'm Ben David, turn it off for you, you're a fluttering flake of time. And the Jesus and God, who is acquainted with and understands the heart. Jesus. But when the man came down from Judea in the year 1666, this was a long ass legend. In the year 1665, it remained a long ass legend. With 1666, I'll keep going on. And an apple, we think, fell on Isaac Newton's head when he didn't come up with 4,000 doing math with very well. And so in 1023, 4004 BC, kept you under your didn't have you like it had me. Oh shit. This is Greek. You're going to get fucked right there. Latin. I love Latin. I'm only 10 underneath it. You're going to have to go to sleep here. Don't be up too late. Knock on the door. It's only 11 o'clock. Leave me alone, Mom. And when their own owners discovered with their hope of profit. So when you're like that, like me, scared and not being able to figure out what's wrong with you, then you end up naming your dog Maxwell Diogenes on your mission trip because you had to figure out in Russian. So I've fully actually taken every word of every Bible and placed it to the side with the Russian Bible and the novel right there. So this one being right here, though, is what I need to explain to you. And it kind of goes like that. Let me see what year this was printed. You shouldn't have been born after. So it was printed with the 4004 BC. We can use that one because yeah, we got another one. Does that? The Finnish one doesn't. My Biblia from Croatia doesn't, and the neither does my Finnish, which is the 1859 Finnish you off the matched, and the 2005 and 2010. I got them both again, and they're both apocryphatic idiots. You shouldn't have been born with. And so we love you, King James, because you made it because God doesn't want anyone to be left alive knowing that they shouldn't have been born. King of the Greater, you got fucked. And so as you continue flipping pages, because you're too dumb to do that, to make sure you shouldn't have been born with yours. Then there's words and phrases that you might have forgotten about. So let's just keep going. So in 1890, you followed an antique legend right here. So in 1891, antique legend gets up with is what that's at. The key to doing that and knowing that, well, I'm about 600,000 into answering that one. One does say scroll for 4Q377. You better just not have been born. I'm not happy with you. And it's hard to turn off a cult with gravity. What the fuck is wrong with you? Science, what did you do? Why did you have children? And shall I do? Children. Your mommy and daddy shouldn't have it on accident. They probably didn't tell you that. Or they did. You look at your grandpa and grandma and consider the Neolithics into the Dust Bowl area where the Mormons came over and they kept their book in print a little too long, and now they're ballsy and all stupids, following a false legend, a false messiah with a false prophet who doesn't know the age of the Grand Canyon right now. And, well, you can't use their. So I'm over there and doctor, hey doctor, the Alps are for real now, yeah. And so we're talking like that, and he like that. I was tapping around, going around. Hey, this is antique now, and no, I did. So hey kids, I have something to tell you. I was one I pulled and pulled back. Pullman Colfax today when I was seeing my doctor walking by. Hey, kids! Hey, I have something to tell you. See, this is an authorized King James version of the Bible. I didn't say anything other than, you know what? We probably shouldn't have this because the Alps are 770 and we know about that. And I said, you ever think about that? And I said, no, not really. 17, something like that. No, not really. Why would I think about that? And so they admitted that mostly. And I said, yeah. So I didn't even show them the words that they don't know how to read or weren't there. But, or no, I also didn't tell them in 1859 you shouldn't have been born with. And I also didn't tell them to go waste the rest of their lives telling a 6,000 year earth they're going to die without knowing the else. But I did tell my doctor that. And he appreciated that because I told his receptionist that I hope she never asks me out for a date. In the beginning, you followed a Latin, Greek, English legend, created the heaven and the earth. In the beginning, once upon a time, you were born on accident and made out of 136 million. You're like Lucidova. You made it with something that's as dumb as this 7 billion chunks of rock out of the Matterhorn you've never heard of. That wandered over and oozed over through your flat earth legend stupidity. You were born, and after the year 1891, you're still here on accident. Said darkness was upon the face of the deeps. But to make better sense out of that, you're still here on accident. In 1537, it was. You'll never hear of it. In darkness, say Darknesse. I'm pretty sure they got that right. And in 1602, it was something similar. But then you had the evolution of the word BOKE, then the word BOKE remained in 1611. And then it stopped evolving and just remained at BOK, pretty boring after that. When you shouldn't have been born in 1666 thereafter. And an apple apparently fell on Newton's head for not telling you that one. But the bald saying how stupid you are now. That idiot over there ended up having Elizabeth Terrell. The smart one with the 4000 BC, I'm not going to breed, is he didn't breed. So I'm kind of in the middle. I won't breed, and I'm circumcised also. You want to see, and I believe in God, and I believe He's right here. And Abraham said, "I will swear." Hard to read words again. Let's see, Jesus isn't right there. Jesus is a legend. I can make anything up right here. I don't want the Alps to be 770. I want to be born without knowing the Grand Canyon's billions of years instead of admitting that I shouldn't have been born. 30 milch camels and their cults, and it's kind of boring after that Pope. And so the Lord is something about Moses. And Moses again, he swear little factor. And the Lord said, I hate these words, and go get and tell him you're fucked. And so I'm right there. And for if thou refuse, you're fucked. And there's nothing in it but a legend of Jesus. So there will hail that came out later and disappear. So you weren't obedient, which is the situational promissory right here. And here's what he said, St. John chapter 14. Let not your heart be troubled about the 136 million year white cliffs of Dover when you finally accept reality that the billions of yellow Grand Canyons that you were flying B-17s over and done the warthog never made it over to find the And if you go and prepare a place for you, I will come again. You want to see what it looks like in this beautiful red letter now on take always. And I'll just stay right here, always like this. The words are right here. And so, great ape, rabbit, moron, 6,000 billion. Boom, 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 bouncing around, the bald St. all retard. Ping, 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 got a word B. And bald St. all stupid Christian. Nicolations had a word. The ice is still here, and so we can keep doing this. And the king of Egypt will keep doing this, but there's nothing in this, and Jesus went away. It's a legend of that, and we'll keep doing this. But I'm not done. Where's God not at? And the house is when God and Moses were right there, and when the seventh month was gotten to Moses, forgot about 1023, 4004 BC. It's dumb to do math with. You were born on accident. Song of Solomon. The Song of Solomon was Solomon's 4000 BC. I like a lot because 3500 BC. You got to pull it after that. Well, an albino and not. Song of Solomon's beautiful, and his daddy was an albino. So was Adam. But here's a funny on 4000 BC. So I'll paint the picture what you're missing out on. 4500 BC. God masturbated on the ground and got Adam and Eve. And 4400 BC to well, okay, yeah, in whatever. I hate that. And so we'll do it like this. Okay, 4500 BC, 6,500 years ago, on the mark. Adam in the story, Eve in the story, albino in the not in the story. Tethered together with an umbilical cord because you already knew from the Jewish legends that Lilith flew away, so I don't have anything to like. Lilith and albino was there 20,000 years ago, you idiots. And so she was there flying around and she pushed the little Neolithic shit into the old chunks of rock that were not yet as dense and dumb as you are right now, into Neolithic, which is actually not. Everyone likes Neolithics. You squirrely little cave people, you're stupid, and you bred too often. So they got mating great apes out of that, but the former governors that had been before, you've heard of those that shouldn't have done that, but you're one of them and you don't think that way. And the Lord spake unto Moses. God and Moses spoke face to face more than once in this, and he liked that. So because of 9/11, you don't have a book because of every time it said that. That's the Twin Towers. That's you should have been born after 96. That's oops. And so, and if thou refuse to let them go, you're stuck at 6,000. Get rid of your book. And the Lord said unto Moses, see, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh. You like that? Household when you shouldn't have been born, you idiot. Go ask anyone in the Hittite culture. And the beginning, ask anyone to flip you off for not being for real with them. Created the heaven and the earth. Oh, I don't believe in you. You're not there. And the earth was without form. So 9,200-year-old without form. 40,000-year-old without form. Oh, the Australian continent went away. Said, let there be light. And there was evening a couple days later. So, kind of boring. Is grab your 1986 Don't Have a Brain Cell encyclopedia and double check whether or not you should have been. Is where I'm at. Grab your 1986 Encyclopedia Britannica and decide from it if there's something in it that'll reference to say, I probably shouldn't have been born after that. And yeah, there's more than one thing. Like words. Probably something that'll get you out of this if you try to think about it. But you don't. because you're amoebic stupids. I'm going to be gelatinous idiots and vote. And you're like, I'm stuck at 6,000. I'm still going to waste my gas to go to church and listen to that Balsino retard tell me a joke about Jesus. And now he had to level up to his Balsino great ape stage to strum on his not banjo. And the Balsino now 53-year-old who with his trumpet like he was 23, still not married probably, and better that way. No, he's married. And his kids, but his kids don't know that the Alps are for real yet, and things like that. So when you're working with a really just Don, not their congregation, you don't have much. Okay, so you don't know how to read words, and said unto them, and the former governors, you don't know how to read words. And then Mordecai, you didn't know that word was there, and you didn't know. So Job answered, and it's in your book, but you shouldn't have been born with it. And plead my cause, O Lord, because I'm not here. And O Lord reigneth, so letting you know there's nothing in this. Words and phrases like that, God doesn't like you. Jesus' religion after that. God doesn't like you. You were born. He told you not to do that, actually. He tells you not to have babies. In the Leviticals, you morons. And when the Israel went out to Egypt and had babies later, and then they got Auschwitz said unto us, we're sorry, I don't care. Literally like that. We're sorry, I don't care. Shrug your shoulder. You got Auschwitz 4000 BC. Yeah. 3760, turn it off around, and you can't do math with 1023, 4004 BC. You're going to go Balsino stupid, grade 8 at that. And in 1859, you went there and you followed a legend on 1891 bill. And in 1891, Apocrypha Kazat turned you off with Apocrypha. Any of the English language and let you should have been born with that Bible in print still. But you could probably saw that one coming. And you ever hear something like actually taking responsibility for having been born with something like this? No, you're a Christian. You're an idiot. And I'm going to double check to make sure I'm teaching it correct and not end up at $28 trillion in debt. The King of Egypt, and now shall offer no strange incense. Thou's for billions of years. When I have to tell you that for the 927th time you shouldn't have been born. You're so stupid. There's nothing in it because the Earth's not 6,000 years. It said 1611 authorized on it or not. You're fucked. Nothing in it. But Swiss cheese after that. It's a good apocrypha. You might have to learn how to read. Because obviously you don't read that often. You're too 6,000 year retardation of your own brains you don't have.